All right. We're back again with another summarizing session. And this time is our new book, Fantastic Mr. Fox. And this music is from the movie, which I like a lot, but I've never read the book. Here's the book here. You can see Fantastic Mr. Fox. Very thin. The movie is so good. I thought this would be longer. I've read other books by this author, Roald Dahl. And I remember them being really long, really kind of, wow, this is a huge book, but maybe that's because I was 10 years old, or something. So yeah, we're going to tackle this one. This is, again, part of my goal to get more of my students reading books. Honestly, they're getting so strong at writing and speaking and listening, and of course, it's difficult to find partners to speak with or native speakers, but what you have to do is turn to the books. Books are where you can not really you can't have a dialogue, but you can, absorb more English every day at your own pace. But the trouble is finding stories that are at a good level. And so, this is Fantastic Mr. Fox by Roald Dahl. It's such an unusual name. And I think this book is for about maybe 10-year-olds. Maybe, I don't know. I really have no idea. It's for young children. He's probably most famous for the story Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. That's probably his. But I've read James and the Giant Peach, or the Witches. Other ones I can't remember, but yeah, this movie is so good. Again, this that it's like an animation, stop motion, kind of movie. It's just, it's really funny and like amazing. So anyway, we're here just to summarize, and also one thing I want to talk about is analysis questions. So these are just in school at the end of the textbook, or if a teacher is helping you, they'll ask you questions like why this, or what is this, or just explain more to make you think more about why are we reading this, why is this good. And so I have to do this myself, so you have to make your own questions. And so just from the title, we know this is about a fox. Let's help this out here. And so one question, what is a fox? And I did some research on the internet, and the internet says it's top of the woodland food chain. And food chain, means small to the larger animals. Of course, humans are the most top of the food chain, eating everything, eating insects, birds, rabbits, mice, rats, and human garbage, and food if they can get it. Okay, so woodland animal. Their animal, I guess, name is Vulpes vulpus, which which is under the family of a canis. Canis means dogs and wolves, etc., which I guess that's what the fox goes under. It's Latin for fox. So their name is just the Latin word for fox. So that's done there. What else do we got? They are an omnivore. Omnivore is another Latin word. Latin. Let's see. Omni is Latin for all. So it means everything. And plus, what do I have? Vorare, if that's how you pronounce it, vorare, which is Latin for devour or eat. Yeah, devour. So you can see the root there. Devour is in there, some kind of vor or vorare. Devour is, yeah, the, what's that? So to devour is kind of the animal eating style of tearing and ripping and swallowing swallowing food. So yeah, I mean, one animal eating another animal is devour, I would say. So humans, we don't really devour, we cook and then eat. Okay, so omnivore, so that means eat everything, which means plants. For example, yeah, but this looks all like other animals, but also they eat human food. Also like what, fruit they eat. So that's why also it's plants too. Okay. When are they active? So they're most active at dawn and dusk, which means early morning and evening. All right. So there, that's a little. I did not know most of these things. I didn't know they're top of the food chain. I thought something else eats them too, right? But nope, not on the internet. That's their Latin. That's their scientific name. Their nomenclature, I guess. And yep, what do they eat? Everything. And when are they running around? Okay, so that's maybe enough for now. Let's see, we're at 7 minutes. Okay, we got to go. So let's see, let's get to this summary. So this is summary chapter, I think, 1 through 4, which is about 20 pages. Lots of drawings, though. Lots of pictures in this version by the very recognizable Quentin Blake. Let's put that in there. Yep, a Roald Dahl. And illustrations by Quentin Blake, who, yeah, I grew up always recognizing his style because it's always a really crazy. It looks like a kid or child drew them, so maybe that's why it's good, because it looks like, oh, I could draw that. So let's see what happens. Let's see. I don't really have any notes because it's really short. So yeah, you could say, let's just, do the same style. We are introduced to 3 horrible farmers. The writer articulates how, grotesque they are, using strong words. And yeah, let's just get right into that. So we might have to do a little bit. Let's put the drawing in. So let's see. I'm gonna copy this in. So this is an example of the Quentin Blake. I can zoom in on it. This is one of the farmers here. So yeah, it's kind of a, I don't know, pen and pencil. It's one of the horrible farmers, very fat. And maybe I can even quote it in. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just quote this right in here. Oh, I can use the microphone. Okay, here we go. So one of the farmers is called a Bogus. So let's see. Bogus was a chicken farmer. He kept thousands of chickens. He was enormously fat. This was because he ate 3 boiled chickens smothered with dumplings every day for breakfast, lunch, and supper. All right, so yeah, that's pretty strong. Oop, turn that off. So that's pretty strong language. Bought with a chicken farmer. He kept thousands of chickens, enormously fat. You can already see how this is a kid's book, children's book, very short. Was a chicken farmer. He kept thousands of chickens. He was enormously fat. This was because, now, honestly, yeah, I would just connect this. He was fat because, but I think, yeah, he does a good job making it easy to follow in these short, brief sentences. So I always tell my students, yeah, you can see it. I have students who've studied English for like 20 years, and this is their speaking style, but this book is for 10-year-olds. So that's why they are just, they're like, why is listening so difficult? Wow, I can't understand even one news TV report. It's so fast because, yeah, your writing and speaking is at like a 10-year-old level. So we need to get to a more adult style. But anyway, this was because he ate 3 boiled chickens. Yeah, so you can see here, that's him eating the food. And so we'll continue. Yep, let's keep going. Mr. Fox and his wife, they live somewhere. I think they live in a hole. And he goes out and gets food from these farmers. I guess he steals it. Okay, which is, yeah, kind of normal. We imagine a fox just kind of quickly and stealing and getting the I don't know. Yeah, that's, I guess, even in Japan too, that's the image of a fox. And so yeah, that's kind of the first chapter. Second chapter, introduction of the farmers, and then who's the fox. Yep, he gets the food. And then however, and he goes like this, one night the farmers are waiting for him at his home with guns. Oh, we need to put in some more details before. So he is, so how does he get the food? He is very clever at getting a chicken or turkey very easily, because he can smell the farmers due to always kind of going into the wind, so their scents are carried to his nose. So that's kind of that, and that is, even I had trouble explaining what it is, but that's interesting to a child, where everyone knows animals have good sense of smell. How do you? Oh wait, but they, and I've heard of this before. Yeah, hunters do this. I think, where if the wind is blowing, it can carry your smell. So that's how animals stay away from you. So that's a nice way to explain how do animals survive, because they can smell where you are thanks to the wind. Okay, so that's enough there. However, one night the farmers are waiting for him at his home with guns and shoot off his tail. Oh my god, yeah, pretty violent in the third chapter or so there. This made me want to ask a question. I know something like, what is, fox hunting? Isn't that a thing in England? So hunting, I'm from United States, from California. Hunting for me, I imagine, deer hunting or duck hunting, kind of shoot into the air. But yeah, fox hunting is a thing. And so I Googled that. So that's where, it's actually a sport. It's a sport or it was a sport. I take that out. So it's where fox hounds or other scent hounds, which means I guess dogs that smell really well, are followed by a master of hounds on a horse. Okay, this is since the 16th century, which means 1500 to 1600, so sometime in there. It was banned in England in 2005 and then in Scotland in 2002. So only recently, not recently, 20 years ago, it was banned. So you cannot do this type of a hunting. And I got a picture here. All right, so these are the dogs. I guess it's a beagle. It's a friendly dog you see around, but I guess it was bred and designed for hunting. That's the master of the dogs, and I think the rich people follow behind and just go along for the ride. Anything else I found was interesting? Oh, okay, yeah. So it's the ban is controversial because some see it as an important tradition. Yeah, we should do it because we used to do it. That's a good idea, right? And is important. It's an important tradition and is pest and let's see, serves as pest control, which is these farmers, they want to in this story they want to shoot the fox because it's stealing their food, stealing their items, while others see it as backwards and cruel to animals. Now, what's really interesting is that if I read further, is that drag hunting is tries to replace fox hunting because a trail is left by a human carrying some kind of animal smell across a long distance, and dogs and hound, what is it, master of hounds follows. So it's kind of it's the same experience, but you're following a human. You're following someone leaving a trail for you. But it still feel. I get the dogs going. It's fun. I guess I don't know if it's camping or what. So I think we could call this though. Yeah, this would be hunting cosplay, because it's kind of the you get into costume and it's not the real thing, but let's just do it for fun. So anyway, yeah, I thought that's a good thing there. Now, let's see, I don't know what to do. This is all just research. But for my summary, we'll keep it going here. Now, this, I think, is chapter 4. In his home, his wife is taking care of him, and his kids, his children, his fox children, worry that he won't have a tail again. This was a I want to read this part. This was good. Actually, I have this picture here. I'm gonna put this in. So where is it? Let's find it. Yeah, so he's at home, he's relaxing. Okay, kind of you had a sudden dramatic point in the story, but let's see, I want to say Mr. Fox couldn't sleep because of the pain in the stump of his tail. Well, he thought, I suppose I'm lucky to be alive at all. And now they've found our hole. We're going to have to move out as soon as possible. We'll never get any peace if we... What was that? He turned his head sharply and listened. The noise he heard now was the most frightening noise a fox could ever hear, the scraping of shovels digging in the soil. So I thought this was good storytelling where you can imagine he's just sitting there. Oh my God, we got to move. I screwed up. What are we going to do? And oh my God, they're coming into my house. So I'm not sure how to explain this, but so let's finish this. Tail again. Suddenly, the farmers are digging into his house. And so maybe that made the difference between story writing and storytelling. So I don't know. Good storytelling. I don't know how to explain this, but the book is good. It's lots of short and fast phrases of, that is easy to imagine, but there are some tempo shifts. And I had a really strong feeling where I of course, as a child, I want more something happening fast, talk, because I like to turn the page. I want to feel like I'm reading, turn. But he does do a good job of some moments where you have to take your time. Okay, so tempo shifts from maybe like fast action and dialogue to, I guess it's a exposition. Let me make sure that's right. Let me see. What is exposition? Explaining? I mean, yeah, just like, moments of explanation. I'll just put that in, explanation. And I thought like, oh yeah, I hated this as a child. I thought this is the bad part. This is the boring part. So here's one here. I want to put this in. So this is when he's in his house. He got his tail blown off. It says, Mr. Fox would not have been quite so cocky had he known exactly where the three farmers were waiting at that moment. So suddenly, a really long sentence. They were just outside the entrance to the hole, each one crouching behind a tree with his loaded gun. And what is more, they had chosen their positions very carefully, making sure that the wind was not blowing from them towards the fox's hole. So this is really a big, sudden change in tempo, where it's very fast, short, and then a long explanation. And yeah, as a child, I would have been reading. Okay, I don't even know what that's about. But you really have to go slowly. And I wish almost a teacher would have told me, yeah, you've got fast parts in a book, you got slow parts. The slow parts you have to maybe read again, and you don't realize that the writer has to manage the pace, or they don't really give you a signal when to slow down or when not to, especially as a child. So, but yeah, this to me really made a memory where, oh yeah, I hated this. This is the part of the book I did not like because it was. I couldn't understand why, but this is not what I want to read. So, going towards in fact, it was blowing in the opposite direction. There was no chance of them being smelled out. So this carefully explains why Mr. Fox didn't realize that they were there, because the wind was going in the wrong direction. But if I were a child, if I was a kid, I might have just said, I don't know, I don't understand. I didn't capture this part of the story. So I think that's enough. I thought of maybe this is getting a lot of different notes and pictures in here, but one other point, when this word cocky, Mr. Fox would not have been quite so cocky. Oh boy, that's the traditional, typical word of, hubris. And so I had to Google that. That sounds familiar from my student days. And so hubris is excessive pride or self-confidence. And this word comes from the Greek tragic stories or Greek tragedies, about a main character who believes he has everything under control and is, you know, unbeatable. I'm the best. I mean, come on. Not everything is good for me. I do everything right. Until the gods or nature or, you know, things out of his control. I guess usually his. Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, character, he or she, out of his or her control, and must, I don't know, you know, go on an adventure that's, you know, really difficult. So yeah, this has Mr. Fox sounds like a Greek story, which is, yeah, typical formula. Everything's good, suddenly everything's not so good, everything goes bad, and then you change as a character. You realize, oh, I have still more things to do, more things to learn, and then you become a better person or character in the end. So that's it for this one. That's, you know, oh, my summary is kind of crazy all over the place. Let's see how this is. Well, I think we'll just leave it at that. I'll work on it. Maybe we'll clean it up next time. Okay, so next video will come out soon. Maybe another 4 chapters. But yeah, any questions or comments, you can ask them below, and we'll see you next time.